Hello everybody, my name's Anthem. Welcome back to Let's Play HOI4, the Iberian Union in the new order. Let's continue on for last left off. Oh, you free dockyards as well. More convoys? I mean, it doesn't really matter so much. But we've defeated, last episode we defeated CNT. We defeated the FLSP. And there's only one more terrorist organization left. And you'll be done in 120 days. There's only one terrorist organization left in Iberia. Just one. I mean, they have a lot of supplies right now. England and Wales are at war. What? Really? Sure, why not? A promising result. For all the past games, Franco has always been the earlier of the Cadillos. He was always present when Salazar arrived, though setting up the board was a collaborative effort. Today was different. Now that Salazar walked in, he found the chessboard set up, and there, sitting next to it, was Franco, waiting. Usually wait for me to arrive before you set up the board. Is this the game? D4, D5, NC3, NF6. It remains to be seen. F3, E6, BF4, BB4, A3, BA5. Do you believe that Germans regret cutting Portugal in half? E4, OO, EX, D5, EX, D5. You know they don't care themselves here. They took it, and they'll cast it into the wind when it's convenient. What do you mean they cut Portugal in half? I don't really know. What drives to keep this union going? The threat of the Germans is not as imminent as it used to be. RF2. Okay, we're not going to read out the chess moves. It's been too long. The nations have been together for so long, it would hurt Peninsula more to separate again. In his old age, Salazar made a small lapse in judgment. Now, for his time, the game had been shortened considerably. QXE2, BE4... I said I wasn't going to do that. Salazar was dumbfounded. It took him another moment to realize what he had done just a few moves ago. He made no remarks and went about his day after the fact, but without comment to Franco. Is this the start of a trend? Salazar, you're getting old. And I'm pretty sure that means you're going to die very soon. Because, I mean, the council is still neutral. I'm guessing Wales has already lost their war. Not a big... I bet Wales didn't even have an army. We've integrated Wales as part of the country. I don't know, like, why you would annex Wales. Like, what does that even accomplish for you? Do you remember the OFN? I mean, sometimes England goes to war with, Scotland as well. The Welsh issue. Did not solve peacefully. I'm guessing maybe probably England had some events that kind of brought them to war that I'm just not privy to. But that's okay. I don't need to be privy. I don't need to know anything. That's fine. Can I add more guns? Yes, I can. And now there's only one group we have to deal with. We can easily press all these buttons without really having to worry that we're not, you know, dealing with the other groups. So right now they need to be at 43, so they're definitely still going to be the most expensive that we've dealt with. But as long as they generate points faster than they can generate tension, basically, we will be good to go. And you'll be ready in 20 days, get another 7 points, and then we can, of course, spend even more money fighting those guys. The council, okay, council's still in charge. How much longer till the dam is done? 86 days? I'm so ready for this goddamn dam to be done. How much money do you think we sunk into this thing? Workers protest for tariffs. Get a little bit upset. So increase ETA support. Today in Madrid, 1,000 farmers have joined in protest in the streets outside the Iberian Council chambers for the third straight day. The issue that joins these farmers in protest of the recent announcement by Cadillo Franco, detailing government plans to ease and lift tariffs on all economic sectors. The government states that the continual abolishment of tariffs will encourage the international market to engage in Iberia and will spur international investment into the Iberian economy over the long term. The farmers, however, remain unconvinced. Furthermore, the farmers are not alone in their protests. Many employees from the manufacturing industries have also turned up to express their displeasure with the removal of the tariffs, arguing that the influx of cheaper foreign imported goods will force Iberian industries to make layoffs. It might even entice local industries to emigrate. The Cadillos put my livelihood at risk. My family has, for 8 generations, survived off our humble farm, but now cheap imported tariff-free foods will soon flood the store shelves. How are we to compete if I can hardly sell my produce? Question raised Gallego. He inherited his family farm just outside of Madrid 2 decades ago, but like many Iberian farmers in recent months, he has been struggling to make ends meet. The Iberian consumers likely prefer the cheaper imported goods in stores. Many farmers, such as Mr. Gallego, question if they can remain afloat. The Grillos have yet to make any comments on the protest, as liberalization measures continue to get passed. Government spokespersons have, however, stated the Iberian administration remains enthusiastic about the economic opportunities that are presented with increased liberalization. So you have a little bit more support, but like, who cares? It doesn't, I don't, again, if we're only fighting one terrorist group, like, it means so little. It means so little. How many guns, how much, I just want to know how much resources we spent into this, this whole war. We might have actually finished this earlier if we had the, like, if we had targeted them one at a time instead of kind of focusing on everybody equally. Okay, now we have 13 resources. Got a text message. Text message that I don't care about. Current support is at 2. I mean, I might as well spend the money, right? Precaution. I get, like... There, now you have -1. Yeah, to spend resources doing this. Because, I mean, like, why not? Like, I don't think saving your points does too much. Because you're going to have to spend those points one way or the other. Given enough time. Okay, so we've expanded foreign trade. After that, let us get some foreign investment projects, which is going to give us foreign factories for free. Anyway, Plains Reserve, who cares? Unless we're at war, I don't think that's something that we need to really worry about too much. I mean, like, who are we going to invade? The French? I mean, these territories do look pretty tempting, though, I gotta admit. The tides of change. Gentle waves licked the Calesavella beach. Low tide revealed all manner of shells and debris once obscured by the water. What better place to relax on a hot summer afternoon? Isabel, Toledo, and Regina certainly thought so as well. Alas, it was so busy this time of year ever since they built the hotel. Vacation from Madrid and other inland cities, foreign tourists, and oh so many. Whores! Isabel chuckled. Look at all, they all look like whores. The American women were most hideous. Tiny bikinis clung to their groins and chest, like used chewing gum to school desk. At least Brazilians usually had the decency to cover their torsos. Yet only the Iberians and Italians didn't have the dignity to cover their thighs anymore. Toledo's eyes widened. Oh my god, look, is that? No way, Eugenia! Isabel put her left hand over her mouth. Her expression was a mix of disgust and bemusement. To see an American girl dressed like that was one thing, but a local? A classmate, no less? That was not something you saw every day. What a slut! Regina gasped. Look, Maria Natala too, and Mafalda. What on earth is happening here? Have they all lost their minds? They have no manners, or even the slightest bit of shame. Though, kind of think of it. This bathing suit does get rather warm sometimes. You know? Hopefully that little text bubble does not get this video demonetized. But it might. So our industrial things are going to rapidly improve. Actually, I haven't even looked at that. How is developments going? Industrial expertise is worsening. But you're going to make it improve rapidly. And that seems nice. We're on nuclear power. Our research is kind of outdated, but... I mean, outdated, smoshmated. Maybe 15 more days. You are 40 more days, so a little bit more than a month. A little bit more than a month. September is going to be the greatest month of all time in Iberia. Everyone from, you know, Lisbon to Madrid to Lyon. And what else? What other cities exist? Barcelona and Granada. And you know what? Why not Marrakesh and Casablanca? Everybody in Iberia will celebrate how, and then abandon the dam. But everybody's going to know how important this day was for Iberia. And also give the AS more guns. Now you said we're actually making guns faster than we can give them out. We have 13 resources. Again, I can't click this more than that. So, they're now at 25. So, yeah, we're definitely weakening them faster than they will be able to stop us. We're going to go with from medium to low taxation. Let's cut taxes. It's fine. We have free military factories. I guess we'll make... not anti... You know, we actually apparently need to improve some anti-tanks. We'll put one there. And I guess the rest can just go into, like, jet fighters. The more the merrier. And you'll be ready to go for another 37 days. Again, I don't have any more resources. I have 4 more resources. So again, it doesn't really matter. You're at 25. Just keep spending the points. And the ETA leader said, "Oh, I want to strike you down so badly. You're going to reduce our income. We're going to lose some political power. We get a little bit of stability out of it. Again, we have so much political power, actually, right now that it doesn't mean too much. 1970 tech doesn't matter. Let's go for the 1968 rifles. How's America doing? Because they're supposed to have another election next year. The Office of Economic Opportunity. You're sitting down with the teachers union. How did the Indonesian War go? It's actually still happening. It looks like. Yeah, Free Indonesia against... Is it Gandhi? No. I thought I said Mahatma Gandhi. Do you guys like... You have 21 to 37, 12... I guess... I mean, you're getting American aid. I'm sure Indonesia's probably getting Japanese aid. What else are people doing? You got China. I just wonder who we want to play next in this mod. Okay, we now got low taxation. Follow that up with free market participation. Does Scotland have a focus tree? They did, but not a huge one. Sweden doesn't. I mean, we could play Germany next. I'm thinking either Germany or China. Could be interesting. Like, if we play as Germany, I kind of feel like going down, like, the most cursed path that we can... Like, what's the most worst cursed? I guess Himmler, maybe? No, you're Himmler. Heydrich? Is it Heydrich? No, Heydrich... That's his name, Heydrich Himmler. It's the same dude. Who's the guy that spawned here? Who was part of, like, the SS? We can go for either, like, a Speeder playthrough, or we go for the SS. And just go for the worst possible reality. Can I give you more money? You're 99% towards completion. We gotta build... Really? I gotta build a goddamn monument first? Oh, I'm sorry. We can't finish the project. We gotta build a dam. We gotta build this goddamn statue. And then maybe you could have something. Ridiculous. You're back up to 30 already? Okay, how's now... Does it just cost a lot to strike at your leadership? I mean, that's my best guess. Because you have, like, no supplies, you have no activity. You have a little bit of support left, but... You're in a bad state. Also, give you guys more guns. Because now you're at 10. So, yeah, within, like... 2 months from now, we should be able to deal with the issue. I'm hoping we can get that done by the end of this episode. Again, end on like kind of like a high note. Also, this is a $1 million statue. Did on 191 days. Why? Why do I need to build a statue? That's my only question. Okay, free market participation, details. Fascism goes down, but there's already like no support to fascist. We'll go for a flat tax rate. Stability's going to go down by 15%. I mean, it's flat tax. Because right now we have what? Low taxes? Economic laws, low taxes. Oh, no, are you... No, you're here. You are... Right now we're at tax haven. I'll go from tax haven to flat taxes. God damn you, ETA. Demonstrations in cities across Iberia endure as tens of thousands of unemployed workers take to the streets across Iberia, following radical liberalization policies favored by the Opus Dei and the technocrats of the Iberian Council. Many manufacturers have laid off their workers, citing an inability to compete with the influx of tariff-free foreign goods. The demonstrations continue to grow in size as well as intensity. Violence is becoming inevitable. Last night in Barcelona, altercations between protesters and police escalating followed several hours of clashes. The city of Barcelona reports that 7 police officers were injured as well as 58 protesters. One police officer currently in critical condition. As unemployment continues to rise, many call for the repeal of free trade measures and reintroduction of tariffs. Several industry leaders are criticizing the Caudillos for what they call a brazen and radical and irresponsible approach to economic liberalization. The Caudillos, however, show no indication of halting these efforts, as they continue to further the liberalization programs. As a result of the continued demonstrations, the Obadiah have released a brief public statement, which reads, "The public may rest assured that any and all measures of economic liberalization which have been proposed and conducted within recent months have been carefully considered. Many methods currently are being developed within Iberia are tried and proven methods in which we place our fullest confidence. The temporary setbacks currently experienced are to be expected with a radical shift, but we assure the public that as soon as Iberia shall reap the benefits of a prosperous and truly free economy." I did add the truly in there, just so I feel like that's something that they might say. Can I give you any more stuff? No. We have 8 more points here. $16. I mean, it sucks that we got that event that boosted up their support. Because otherwise, I feel like we'd be much, much, much closer. Okay, you should generate more money. Iberian, we get an economic miracle if we can survive for the next 70 days. 70 days, that's all we need. So maybe we'll maybe make this episode a little bit longer. We'll at least wait until we're done both of these focuses for our tree. Are we still considered stable? Exemplary. The Iberian Union and people can rejoice, for they are a shining example of national stability in Europe, or perhaps the entire world. Oh, that's nice. Okay, people are being... Stuff's happening in Lisbon. Maria Francisca de Almeida plays with her dolls in the mud. Maria Perez has been her favorite ever since she was given to her by last Christmas. Maria was digging a hole looking for buried treasure, but loud clouds loomed overhead. Shortly before sunset, the sky turned black and a slow trickle of rain began to fill Maria's hole in the water. Disappointed but not overly upset, Francisca went back inside. Her mother, also named Maria, was exasperated to see her daughter homemade dress completely soiled. Francisca's mother pulled off her dress and canned her buttocks. Gabriella now had to worry about a crying child and a dress to hand wash in addition to all her other responsibilities. Why are you mad? You're mad at her because it rains? Like, she doesn't control... You think she's a god? Her husband Carlos returned from work, reeking of the sardines that he had canned. The family tried to rest that night. The crack of thunder startled the young Luis away. Okay, so something bad happened in Iberia. Cadillo tells you to wake up. There's been a massive flood in Lisbon. Thousands of homes were destroyed. Emergency workers have already found dozens of bodies. Electricity is out across the whole district, and Cadillo Franco is on his way and should be here any minute. Neil Cadillo is happy that this meeting so early, so their assistants rush to grab them coffee. Antonio, this may be the worst the Union has seen since Barcelona. Barcelona may have been worse, but terrorists committed that act. Our troops avenged the victims of the attack, but you cannot fight back against a storm and avenge the victims of a flood. You cannot liberate a city from nature. Aye, but you can't liberate people from their suffering. Yeah, so we can organize emergency grain and medical shipments, send personnel from other cities, and evacuate the injured. I think we should respond immediately, but should hopefully get Franco some popularity. We have 20, raid, crackdown, propaganda. We only need 7. Only 7, and if you can give us those 7 before they get 1 more point. The volunteers. As Lisbon struggled to regain its footing in the days after the flood, the old way of living already seemed a distant memory. The winners of the market or Maria one shop were now broken, not by water but by blunt force. The food was gone, stolen by hordes of thieves and no desperate hungry. Twice a day, the several strangers had to offer her family bread rolls for offensively high prices. But even as men broke into the market to steal food and sell at far higher prices to the desperate hungry, others worked to distribute that food for free. Lots of university students had quickly organized into an effort to bake and distribute bread across the city, offering grain to several people, mostly women, who offered to produce bread themselves. Young adults, teenagers, even some children as young as 12 were tasked by these volunteers with distributing the bread. Lose a large amount of money. You know what? Send in the military to organize a relief effort, while we also get engineering company 4. How long does this tech tree actually go on for? It goes until 1990, but I know that National Guardsmen arrived to evacuate campsite, hastily built in days after flood, on the campus of the Higher Technical Institute. For the second time in as many days, yesterday he had carried a few tons of food. Okay, real much man stepped out, perhaps 50 years old, and began running towards the evacuees. Louisa, are you here? From a crowd emerged a woman and her daughter, clearly relieved to see the man. Okay. Without our support, we'd be much worse off. I agree. Should be done in 10 days. We'll be getting more stuff soon. You are still going to take, of course, another 124. Francisco, this is a disaster for us. I mean, citizens across the Union are blaming us for lack of preparedness, and many families are still struggling to find food and shelter. If we're going to recover from this, we need to place restriction on news coverage. No, I don't think so. People are going to find it out. They'll be angry at us either way, and if word gets out we're downplaying the severity of the situation, we could lose the trust of God knows how many more people. Ponder this for a minute. We can have propaganda running around Portugal while we are in the process of sorting this out. Yeah, let's show the people that we're trying our best. We're now reformists a little bit more. Franco, he's pulling his weight. The Lisbon homelessness crisis. It's been 2 weeks since the floods washed over Lisbon. The miserable outdoor evacuee camps have been emptied. And the winter draws over Iberia. Thousands... Is it winter? Oh yeah, it's December 30th. As winter dawns over Iberia, thousands of homeless people can attest that they will no longer freeze to death. However, the shelters are no substitute for real housing. The food is bad, the bedding is stiff and uncomfortable, and there's virtually no privacy. Thefts is common, and worst of all, multiple instances of rape and child molestation have been reported. It will take some time for the city to rebuild, and unfortunately, these shelters are the only place many Lisbons are able to live. Keep on spending our money, because we're close enough to, we're close to the end of this campaign anyway, that I don't... There's like no real repercussions, just throw money at the situation. Okay. So we're gonna fight the storm. Again, we're probably gonna go for like 30 minutes on this one. So I want to at least finish... Well, we got the Lisbon flood. 11. Strike at ETA leadership. And with that, the terrorist situation in Lisbon has been dealt with. I think. Viscona Delta S. The boss as a whole are hardly considered people. For those of them who have dedicated their lives to rebellion, this is doubly true. The ETA has been far and away the most effective terrorist group active in Iberia, killing hundreds and bombing and armed attacks over the course of their campaign. However, we can now rest easily as the AES has finally secured the last of their mountain bases in the boss country. Months have passed since we began to push the ETA in their earnest. Their march capacities almost matched those of the AES, and it'll only be a military assistance that we have defeated in open battle. But for all their ferocity, they lack the manpower and popular organic support to withstand our relentless assault. So our victory is cause for celebration, or many questioning what that remains unanswered. Primarily, the question of the material support. The ETA never enjoyed widespread support among the population in their homelands. The amount of hardware at their disposal is suspiciously high for a terrorist organization. For now, we perhaps Perhaps, though, we can be content that we sit on laurels and enjoy peace in the Basque country. And now everybody's been disbanded. We don't need to give them any more money. They don't need any more guns. They've done their job. And stimulus for Lisbon? How much money do we have in our reserves? Liquid reserves are absolutely zero. So I mean, if we already have no reserves, just spend more money. Interest rate's currently 6.4%. GDP rate's at 13% is really good. At least I think it's really good. So send them all the money, even though our liquid reserves literally don't have any money in them. I guess we can cut back military spending. There we go. So cut military spending in order to pay for the Lisbon crisis. And you have about 10 more days left to go. But you know what? We have $2 million. Let's raise our salaries for a job well done. We have 3 more months till you're finished. Military austerity is not a big deal. God, Carlos' boots have been covered in dirt, not unlike the night of the flood. Today was a good day. The cool January run kept him cool. I mean, it's February, but that's okay. Papa! Exulted his exuberant daughter. Mom got me a new... Okay. Yeah, comfortable life. That's great. Spencer's growing desperation has driven him to bribe some of his former colleagues to give him information in the case, which the police have uncovered after his dismissal. He gleefully received the news that the anarchist has been tracked and failed to properly confront in Barcelona, has relocated to Asturias. How far could this go? I know when I'm reading the events, you can pause, and mostly because, I mean, my voice is killing me. I've been recording a lot of videos and streaming today, so, you know, I apologize. But we've done like almost everything we need to do. We passed all our liberalization programs. We'll still go for a few more minutes. Much has changed in Lisbon over the course of the past several weeks. Thousands of people displaced and too many have died. And cars once again roll down the streets. Factories hum with activity and fishing boats sail the horizon. Lisbon comes back to life, returning to its place as Europe's westernmost great city, but it's forever changed. The flood in November of 1967 will be remembered as the worst natural disaster to occur anywhere in the Iberian Peninsula for over 2 centuries, and the last major test of the ability of the young Iberian Union to react to crisis. Matai's been overthrown the Arab administration. Matai is you. So you are now in charge, the regionalist radicals. It looks like you're still a puppet of Italy, so I'm not too sure what's effectively changed there. And you have 67 days left to go. Yeah, I have like no more focuses. But so overall, I feel like it's gone pretty well. Again, we're still gonna go for 30 minutes. I made a promise that that's what we're gonna do. Last episode, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit short, so why not make this one a little bit longer? And I mean, I kind of want to see if we can actually get I mean, the dam will not be done in the next minute, unfortunately. But I mean, we haven't even got like an event or a decision about like disbanding all the groups here. I mean, again, we're extremely stable. Our army is not organized at all. But hopefully that's not a big concern, right? Again, we're slightly reformist. We can have more money to the damn budget, but again, I don't know if that makes any sense to do. I mean, how long is this going to be? 43? You know what? We'll end this episode once the dam is finished. We'll probably get some event about, hey, look, the dam's finished. More stability and political power is my guess for what it's going to do. And probably, like, increase GDP by X%. We do have better rifles now. So let's upgrade you. Get better anti-tank equipment. And I wonder if I mean, I'm kind of wondering right now if there's actually even any content after this point, or if we've, I've kind of reached the end of everything. Because it feels like there probably should be a little bit more. To kind of, because people were saying that Salazar is supposed to die, and he's not dead yet. It's 1968, and Salazar's not dead. We got 24 more days till you're ready. So basically, that'll happen. We'll read off the event. Oh no, there, now he's dead. Okay, so the death of Salazar. Today, the housekeeping staff of São Paulo Palace were horrified to find the corpse of Ateneo Salazar in his bath. The body was quickly removed for an autopsy and burial, but the knowledge of his death managed to quickly escape the circle of secrecy that was intended to remain until the Iberian government came up with an official story. Already, numerous underground forces within the Union are mobilizing, and worrying rumors of sedation within the Portuguese state have come to our attention. With keeping to the beloved Cadillo's death a secret being no longer an option, Iberian authorities must put all their resources in play in order to keep the Union stable. Already, tanks have been spotted moving down the roads of Lisbon, and martial law has been declared in several regions of Portugal. Cadillo Franco and Salazar's designated successor, Marcela Jose das Neves Alves Cadillo, has already condemned any force conspiring to take advantage of Salazar's death, but it does not appear that this will provide a conclusive end to the political chaos in Portugal. So we're going to lose 20% stability, we're going to lose a lot of political power. We're still considered exemplary in our stability here. So that's nice. We can have an inauguration. A worthy successor, Dallas of Salazar. Well, even though it's going to be done in 22 days, I think with the Lisbon flood, that's Salazar, and the ending of the Tariffs, this has to be a good point for us to end off, and we'll probably, I have a feeling like next episode is going to probably be the final one. But thank you very much for watching. My name's been Ansem. If you've enjoyed, my thumbs up. Not enjoying, please thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.